Hello, I'm Martin Lewis from MoneySavingExpert.com, and this is a quick video to explain the big energy switch event number 7. I don't look a day older, do I? Anyway, what's it all about? Well, the past ones have been phenomenally successful, and we hope you're going to join into this one. Hundreds of thousands of people have used our big switch service in the past. It works. In truth, the underlying mechanism is a collective switch. That's where a trusted party, well, in this case us, but it could be a local council, it could be anyone, goes out to energy companies and says, "Oi, we want you to bid to give us a special tariff." And hopefully then you get a special price and, crucially, special service. Now, because of the way that Ofgem works the rules, to get this, you technically have to be a member of the organisation. So what defines member in our case? Well, as broad as we possibly can. If you're already a member of the Cheap Energy Club, and over 2 million people are, that's easy. You can join the big switch event. But also, if you get the weekly email and you were signed up to it before the big switch event started, then you can also be eligible to get this collective switch special tariff that we've got. But the crucial thing is you have to use the right email address. So either your Cheap Energy Club membership email or the email address which you signed up to the weekly email for. If you use a different one, you won't be shown this special tariff. What is the special tariff? Well, normally we ask for, will you give us a prepaid deal and a green deal and a long fixed deal? Well, as many of you will know, we've really struggled to get deals over the last 6 months or so. With energy prices going up, the big energy companies don't want to play ball. So I'm afraid we've only got one deal this time, but luckily it is the cheapest on the market. It's a 1-year fix, which means your price is guaranteed, locked in for a year. I should always be technical when I say that. That means the rate you pay for using energy. Obviously, if you use more energy, your price will go up. So that's what it's all about. The winner is a company called Green Star. If you haven't heard of it, this is a big company. It's got nearly 200,000 members in the UK, and it's backed by a big American energy giant that has a turnover of $4 billion and has 2 million customers there. So it's not one of our big companies, but it's still a big energy company. The price for someone on typical usage, and of course you could be more or less, is £884 a year. Now that's going to be a saving of around 250 quid compared to a big 6 energy company. Plus, of course, as always, because we get paid to switch you and we're upfront about that, we give you roughly half what we get when you switch. So that's 30 quid cash back, which brings it down to £854. Now, when you factor the cash back that we give you into this, this is the cheapest deal on average on the market right across the board. However, there's always vagaries, there's regional differences, there's usage differences. So the most important thing, and it's why we do it this way, is you have to do it via the Cheap Energy Club that gives you a full comparison so you can see how it fits into the price of other deals. But what you can do now is we've added a filter so you can click including the cashback, because obviously there are a few deals that are cheaper without the cashback, but they don't pay the cashback. But if you factor the cashback in, it will be cheaper. But if you're a really big user, you may find it's cheaper not to go with one that gives you the cashback. So toggle it on the cashback and then you get the full price information that's coming. It's also important to understand, not only is this a cheap deal, but this has boosted customer service. That's part of our negotiation. Green Star will provide a special phone number for people doing this MSE collective switch. We hope it will give you very good service. We've done collectives in the past with it, but then only for green energy tariffs. This isn't actually a green energy tariff. The name may think you... We'll rewind that and do that again. The name might make you think it is a green energy tariff, but it's not coming from renewable sources, which is what we've had from it in the past when we've done collectives, and it's always worked rather well. But the customer service is boosted, and if you were to have a problem with Green Star, after you've exhausted it, if you're still not happy, then MSE and my team here at Money Saving Expert will try and do our best to make sure it works well for you. That's our promise. If we do a collective switch, we have some responsibility, but go to them first. Go to them first, only come to us second. So how does switching work? And in fact, the person who, one of the people who deals with that, there we go, who's holding up my notes in case I forget anything for me there, is sitting there nodding her head going, yes, because she's the one who has to deal with it if you don't go to Green Star. And even if you like the look of her, go to them first, please. Now, sorry to embarrass you there. How does switching work? It's easy. Once you do the switch through the Cheap Energy Club, we then pass your information on to Green Star. It will confirm the switch to you. You've got a 14-day cooling off period, and then it will move your supply. But you must give it a meter reading so it can pass that information to your old supplier to make sure that you're not paying more than you need to on the old supplier. If you're in credit on the old supplier, you should get that refunded. If they don't give you that back, well, you need to keep a monitor of it. If you haven't got it back after about 4 or 5 weeks, get in touch with them, push. It's your right to have your credit back. And that's for the cashback we talk about, which is £15 for single fuel, because you can do an electricity only or a gas only switch with this, or £30 for dual fuel, if you do both of them. Well, that will take around 3 months, because basically we have to send you to them. They have to then confirm that everything is switched. They have to come through. They have to pay us. And by the time all of that's wrapped in it, and then we have to send it to you, it takes about 3 months, but you will get it. And if you don't, after a few months after you switch, get in touch with us and we'll make sure it happens. That's it. So if you haven't switched, or if you have switched and you're looking for a cheap deal, that's what the big energy switch number 7 is all about. I hope this makes sense to you. Do give it a go, see how much you're going to save. Thank you. You're still watching? Did you spot my deliberate mistake? Green Star is a massive Canadian company, not American company. It was a test. How well did you do?